Hello and welcome back to Fate. Hello, Ataraxia. It's me, Shokimo. Now we are on part 5. Yes. And after the last episode, we are now on the third loop, I guess. In the last one, nothing happened. Really. We just played through some new encounters with people in the city, and at the end Shiro went to sleep and it started all over again. And now the only new thing that we have achieved is that we have explored all of Miyama in the night part where you can patrol alone, and now we can go to Shinto, and the game said patrol Shinto, so I guess we're gonna do that at the night. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get this episode started and let's see what secrets this loop holds for us. AM Day 1. We have one thing left to do. Go to the 30 classroom. Good morning, Miss Fujimura.
Ohayo! みんな元気してる?
Morning, is everyone doing well? A casual greeting, unseemly from a teacher in the morning. Well, it's Fujine. It would be weird if she talked formally or something. Which isn't a problem. But slouching like that is a bit...
何か困ってるの, Shiro?
What? Is something troubling you, Shiro? Fujine found me tilting my head. We're a teacher and student here, but homeroom hasn't even started. I thought it wasn't like the usual Fujine.
私が教師らしくないと言いたいわけね、エミヤ君は。
So what are you trying to say? That I'm not like a teacher? I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, there's nothing really wrong right now. We see each other, so we know too much about each other's problems. I guess you could say it's a bit, it'd be ideal relationship for an instructor and pupil. Really though, you'd call us more like siblings.
むむっ! シローももっと真剣にならないとダメじゃない。
Need to be more serious, Shiro. Something happened?
だって卒業までもう遠くないのにまだシローったらフラフラしてるじゃない。ダメよ、ダメだよ。先生としては心配で。
Graduation isn't far, but you're still floating around. That's not good. I'm worried as a teacher. She sounds like she's lamenting her lot in life. But there's no actual bitterness. I guess that sense of casualness is why the other students seem comfortable approaching her with their troubles.
シローももっと担任の先生を信用して相談しなさい。
You need to trust your teacher more and come to me for advice. About tonight's dinner?
お肉がいいな。こうね、ガッツにはね、やっぱりタンパク質と脂質よね。
Oh, I want something protein heavy. You need protein and lipids for energy. This is what she's talking about first thing in the morning. And like a shadow, another makes its way past us. Good morning, Mr. Kuzuki.
おはようございます。
Good morning.
おはよ
う。Morning. Strict ethics teacher, Mr. Kuzuki is here. As it's been said, that Mr. Kurozuki is looked up to more by the upperclassmen. I'm also starting to understand his charm as a third year.
藤村先生、今月の予定に関してですが、
Ms. Fujimura, I would like to talk about this month's schedule.
文化祭の準備と中間試験ですね。あと定例の教職会議がいつになってました？
Regarding the prep for the cultural festival and midterm exams, correct? Also, when was the regular faculty meeting decided on?
今日の夕刻です。3年の進路指導のこともあります。
It is this evening. We also have a third year's future course guidance.
わかりました。進路は大変ですね。でも、久月先生は教え子さんたちに慕われてますから。
I understand. Future courses are a lot of work, but you are admired by your students. A serious work conversation is happening here. Can't help but drop my eyes to make sure I'm not dreaming.
いいえ、藤村先生ほど辛抱を集められてはおりません。
No, I haven't gained as much popularity as you, Miss Fujimura.
そんなことないですよ。ほら、エミヤくんがそんなことないって顔してますよ。
That is not true. See, Emiya's making a face like he agrees with me. Don't drag me into the conversation, Fujini. But she can't fool around like her usual self in front of Mr. Kurozuki. I think that Mr. Kurozuki is a reliable teacher.
そうか。信頼に応えられるよう努力しよう。では。
Let's see. I shall work hard to live up to your belief. Well then. Mr. Kurozuki heads off to his classroom. Once his lean figure disappears down the hallway, the tension leaves my body and Fujini slaps my shoulder.
やねもう素人ったらいい子ぶって。
Look at you acting all goody-goody. You also put on an act all of a sudden, so you can do it if you try.
何よその言い方。まるで私がダメな子みたいじゃない。ダメな子？なんか女の子っぽい？
What's that, you say? I'm some kind of troublemaker or problem child? You're looking down on me as like I'm a little girl? She really is emphasizing the girl part. Without a doubt. Aren't I also a bad kid since I was raised by such a bad kid? It seems like we we used up the time before homeroom period.
あ、時間だ。シロはダメな子じゃないわよ。
Oh, it's time. You're not a bad kid.
さあ、教室に行きましょう。
Oh, let's get you to class. Wow, you're actually gonna be on time today?
そりゃ
She lets out a weird yell and starts running. Hey! That serious teacher from moments ago seems like a lie.
ほらほら間に合わないと遅刻だぞエミヤくん。
Come on, you'll be tardy if you don't make it on time, Emiya. More than a bad kid, she's also riddled wrapped in an enigma. PM day 1. Huh? Oh yeah, we didn't do it yesterday. Or in the last episode, I mean. So, the Sakura encounter at the archery range. I stopped by the archery range. Sakura should be preparing for club activities during lunch break here, but...
Ah, senpai, konnichiwa.
Oh, senpai, hello. Just as I thought. The new president of the Kyoto Club is diligently at work. Yo, I see you're doing club activities during lunch too.
ちょっと違うんですよ。 今日はお昼を食べに来ただけです。
Oh no, not really. I just came to eat lunch today. I see, well, I thought it was time to grind before the tournament. Shooting arrows and filling their practice journals even during lunch. That's what I hear that the competitive schools do. Oh, Omura Kyoto Club isn't that strict, but I can't say that goes for this season as well.
そうですね。そろそろ秋の大会もありますから。
I suppose so. It's almost our fall tournament. Mitsuzuri was saying things like there weren't enough representatives last year or something.
確かに昇格が惜しいところだったんですけど、今年はいいところまで行くと思います。1年生で達者な子がいるんです。
I'd wish we'd gone further, but I think we do well this year. We're the first year that's pretty talented. Could it be Mitsuzuri's little brother that I hear about? Either way, Sakura smiles hopefully. Sorry. Oh, by the way, Sakura, do you always have lunch here?
はい。道場版は私がこなしてるんですよ。
Yes, I'm the one responsible for the range after all.
それに鍵も預かってますから。
They even gave me the key. Good luck with that. So, Sakura was holding a lunchbox. No, she was holding something that was too big for one person.
先輩、上がって一緒にお昼にしませんか？
Senpai, would you like to come inside and eat lunch with me? Are you sure? Do you have my lunch too?
はい。ちゃんと先輩の分も用意してあります。
Yes, I prepared you lunch too.
ここに誘おうと思ってたところにちょうど来てくれたんでよかったです。
This is great timing. I was just about to invite you. In that case, sure, I eat with you. Thanks.
はい。では先輩、どうぞ上がってください。
Yes, please come inside, Senpai.
やっぱり秋は涼しいですね、ここ。
I should warn you that it's been a little chilly for fall here. Yeah, well, unlike the roof, this place has walls. It's actually pretty nice. That said, I sit on the wooden floor in the waiting area. It's my first time eating lunch here. I've heard that Mitsuzuri and Tosaka often drink tea here though.
あ、先輩、座布団持ってきます。
Oh, Senpai, let me get a cushion. No, it's okay. If Mitsuzuri caught wind of someone who used to be a club member relaxing on a cushion like that, I'd never hear the end of it.
そうですか。先輩はお客様ですから使ってもいいんですけど。
I see, but you're a guest, so it's fine if you use one. Sakura is the current captain, so she's diligently not going to use one. Definitely not going to use one. Even so, she still looks a little uncomfortable herself.
審判座はどうですか、先輩。
What about the referee seat, Senpai? It's weird eating on the tatami mat, so here it's fine.
わかりました。じゃあお昼にしましょう。
Okay, let's eat lunch then. Sakura sits next to me on the wooden floor and hands me the lunchbox. Wow, there's quite a lot in here. And I'm gonna dig in. I owe you one.
いえいえ、これくらいお茶の子さいさいですから。
Please don't worry about it. This much is a piece of cake. I take the chopsticks and open the lunchbox. Salted salmon, rice, seaweed, and simmered chicken with root vegetables. It's pure Japanese style.
すみません。朝ごはんの流用品が多くて。
Sorry, there are a lot of things reused from breakfast. No, that's only natural when you're that busy and making it. I've made plenty of meals for lunch that were from breakfast. When I'm worn out after a part-time job, I don't have the extra capacity to figure out things for lunch. That changed after Sakura came. There are times when Fujini doesn't even realize she's been eating the same thing for 3 meals.
そうですか？結構藤村先生はそのあたり繊細じゃないかと思うんですけど。
Really? I think Miss Fujimura is pretty sensitive when it comes to those kinds of things. To Fujini, it's whether she can fill her stomach and be satisfied or not.
そうだ先輩。今度は藤村先生のお弁当も作った方がいいですかね。
Oh, that's right, Senpai. Should I make Miss Fujimura lunch as well next time? I'm sure she'll be happy, but you can't spoil her. Previous experience says she'll make you do it on the regular.
はあ、いろいろ大変だったんですね、先輩も。
Oh, you must have had things hard too, Senpai. I not relish the flavor of a light salted salmon that fills my mouth. I had to make a Japanese-style lunch is like this. Sakura's skills are immeasurable.
ライダーもお弁当を作れるようにならないかな。
I wonder if Ryder will be able to make lunch too. I don't know. I'm sure she'll try her best if we ask. But she won't have fun if it's just a job she feels obliged to do.
ライダーと一緒にお料理できれば楽しいんですけどね。あ、でもやっぱり先輩と一緒が一番勉強になります。
It would be fun if we could cook together with Ryder. Oh, but I learn best when I'm with you, of course. Sakura gives a nervous laugh. It should be fine though. That kitchen could fit in 3 of us. As we continue to eat our meals, I come to a realization. Isn't this... Sakura, did you happen to swap our boxes?
そうですか？
What?
でもお箸は合ってますよ。
What? Did I? But the chopsticks are right. Oh, okay. I just thought yours looked bigger for a second. It must be because it looks bigger when compared to Sakura's slender legs.
でも間違えても同じですよ。
But they're the same even if I had gotten them mixed up. Is everything the same? So no wonder it look big. Wait, that's... Oh, I assumed you'd have smaller portions or something.
でもほら、私と同じ量だと先輩午後にお腹減っちゃうじゃないですか。だから。
Oh, well, you would get hungry in the afternoon if you had the same portion size as me. I see, but in that case, isn't that a lot for you? Even for me, this is going to put me at like 80% full, nearly topped off.
普通ですよ、普通。私もこれくらいなら全然平気です。
Yeah, it's fine. This is nothing. Fine? Really? I've heard that some of the other girls sometimes skip lunch or...
そうですね。やっぱり運動しているからでしょうね。私がたくさん食べても大丈夫なのは。
I'm sure it's probably because I exercise that I'm able to eat a lot. So the key to dieting is not to eat less, but to use up energy. Well, it doesn't seem like Sakura cares, in fact.
それにですね、先輩。私たちまだまだ育ち盛りですよね。
Besides, Senpai, you're still growing. Sakura's still growing. It makes me wonder what part of her is growing. Without thinking, my gaze starts to drift down. No, I can't. I refuse to distribute this sensitivity of this space with such thoughts. Mm-hmm.
先輩、鮭塩が強すぎました？
Is the salmon too salty? No, lunch is good and so is your cooking. I was just thinking about how you said you were growing. We were growing. Well, you know, I was mostly thinking about whether we really are still growing or not.
昔より先輩、背が伸びてますよね。これからも伸びるんじゃないでしょうか。
You've grown taller than before, right? I'm sure you will grow even more. Well, I think... Doesn't he know how tall he gets? You just have to look at Archer, right? I do want some more height, but that I can do anything about it for. I wish I could just train myself to get taller.
気にしすぎですよ。今でも先輩はしっかりしてて頼りがいがありますから。
I think you're worrying too much about it. You're heavy and strong to me. Hearing that makes me happy, even if it's flattery. Right now I can only get stronger if I were strong enough to be able to carry Sakura with one hand. I'd actually accept that compliment.
あ、お茶汲んできましょうか。
Oh, should I pour you some tea? Yes, please. I head back afterwards then.
はい、先輩。
Okay, senpai. After school day 1. So the first night now. Have to investigate the town by ourselves. Then we go over to the bridge and pass into Shinto. Cross the bridge into Shinto. The walkway on the bridge is completely empty at this hour. There aren't any cars on the street tonight. I can clearly hear the wind blowing in from the sea. It's like a total redo of everything from half a year ago. Back then we, Saber, Tosaka and I, headed into Shinto together like this too. We didn't say anything to each other. I was anxious about where I was being taken, but I was also eager to embark on an adventure. But what about now? Anyone can see that something strange is happening to Fuyuki. I saw what's strange specifically. Maybe it's wrong of me. But I'm getting comfortable with the reenacted Holy Grail War. Yeah. It's a good thing if nobody is picking fights for no good reason. There's no reason to fight. So my life isn't in danger. But there might not be anyone to hate or any mastermind behind it all. Okay. It happened in an instant. Oh, I probably never understood what happened. I lurch forward, bracing myself against a handrail. Blood spills out, taking my life with it. It's too late. This is a mortal wound that nearly killed me instantly. Subconsciously, my dying eyes catch sight of him. I was an idiot to think that I didn't need to fear death just because I don't have any reason to fight. Scornful eyes watch me collapse to the ground. Soul. The killer shot me with an arrow, without so much as a remark. Wait. Did Archer just kill him? It killed me before I had any chance to react. Then he loses a second arrow. What a... What? That bad end. Okay. Guess we are not going to Shinto on the first night. That bridge. A sniper is blocking the path to Shinto. You need to defeat this enemy to keep solving the mystery. Okay. So, it was the shortest we had way to die, I guess. So, I guess we have a clear objective now. Oh. Heaven's Fear, Black Knight 2. We have new story. I always wake up in pain. It's a journey where I fall from a lightless abyss to a sunlit surface, from dark to light, not unlike the loud trip from womb to birth. A battered body and withering life are lit aflame, and my mind returns to the bright world of the living. Arrive in agony. The instant I revive, my blood flows, skeletal structure, nervous synapses, and organ operations, all of my vital functions, give birth to pain. I live in order to suffer. My burned out brain gropes around for its destroyed normality, and the pain restarts my functions. In other words, the pain in my body allows me to start thinking like a human. There are hundreds of me now, swarming on top of a pallet. I no longer have a clear sense of self. Countless indistinguishable mess are melting together. Let me turn that a little bit down. Yes, better. I no longer have a clear sense of self. Countless indistinguishable mess are melting together. Commensurate cost to being resurrected for nothing. From nothing. But disorder, that feeling of nothingness, fuses with the torment. I no longer have a self. Why am I alive again? Why is this happening to me? The answer is those questions are like distant event. I lack a sense of self-awareness. Neither happiness nor sadness exist in this innocent, eternally fruitless paradise. But there's just one thing that hurts. I scratch my cheek. In this complete deep pit, why am I still connected to something so beautiful? The first day begins anew. The woman leaves, and my beautiful master Bezette is asleep on the sofa. Oh, you know, the point of view from the servant. She looks dead. And he knows he is in a time loop. course is clear. The servant Saber ran her through the heart in front of a church. Oh no, it's a continuation. Sorry. She'll start breathing again soon enough, so there's no need to wake her or bury her. Hmm? Okay. I just need to protect this place as a servant.
でもな、退屈だな。
What man?
いたずらしちゃおうかな。
Maybe I should play a prank on her. I'm pretty frank with myself, where others ignore the intrusive thoughts. As a servant, I put top billing on my own desires. I can't ignore her. Normally, I'd assault and devour her without thinking, leaving the room in a mess. Of course, I wouldn't do that to my master. It would be a real hassle if she woke up in the middle of it. I'm used to being hated and killed, but crying faces are a turnoff. Too bad. Gotta find a simpler way to kill time. Click, click, click. Click, click, click. I slide the panel in time with the second hand on the clock. Immersed in the game, I increase the tempo. I hear Coke British breathing from a sofa. Lizette lightly shakes her head and then glares at me like an enemy.
よ、目が覚めたか、マスター。
Hey, you're awake, master.
まさか今度も記憶が曖昧だなんて言い出すんじゃないだろうな。
I hope you're not going to tell me again that your memories are foggy.
記憶は確かです。あなたが私のサーバントであることも、私がこの洋館を隠れ家にしているマスターであることも知っている。
The memory's fine. I know that you're my servant. I'm a master, and this mansion is our hideout.
以前ここで目を覚ました時、私の記憶が不確かだったことも覚えています。
I also remember that my memory was unclear when I woke up here before.
結構話が早くていい。
Good. That will save us some time.
じゃあまあ、早速外に出て聖杯戦争の続きといこう。
Then, let's get out of here and let's continue the Holy Grail War.
待ちなさい。
Wait,
この洋館以前のことは曖昧ですが、その後のことは全て覚えている。私とあなたが敵マスターに敗れ、殺されたこともだ。
the memories before this place are vague, but I recall what's happened since. We were defeated, killed by an enemy master.
それは肝心なことは覚えてないくせに、どうでもいいことは覚えてるんだね。
Well, well, you don't remember the important part, but you do remember something crazy.
で、それがどうした？今生きてるんだからいいじゃねえか。細かいことは気にすんなよ。
So what? It's good enough that you're alive now. Don't sweat the details.
よくはない。こんな不条理、放っておいたままでいられるものですか？
It's not good at all. It's illogical. How can I ignore it?
答えなさい、サーバント。私たちは倒された。それがなぜこうして生きているのです。
Answer me, servant. We were defeated, so why are we still alive?
どうしてって、生き返ったからだろう。ま、厳密に言うと、1日目の夜に戻ってるってことだけどな。
Well, we came back to life, obviously. To be precise, we're back at the first night. Lizette doesn't look surprised. She must have been thinking furiously since she woke up. Her mental adaptability is anything but ordinary. The problem is that she is either unaware or ashamed of that talent. It isn't my place to say anything about it though.
それが事実なら、私のサーバントは大したものだ。
That is true. And I have an impressive servant.
死者の蘇生には、時間旅行、平行世界の運営、無の否定、いずれかの魔法が絡む。
Raising the dead is a feat of true magic. Like time travel, operation of parallel worlds, or denial of nothingness.
あなたは、その奇跡を可能とする英霊だというのですか？
Do you claim to be a heroic spirit with such miraculous power? Why is she looking at me like that? It's clearly a look of doubt, mockery even. I look like a guy who would make outrageous claims like that?
まあ、その真似事をしてると思ってくれればいい。
You can just think of what I do as something emulating it.
あんたは死んでも生き返れる。俺と契約している限り何度だってやり直せる。誰に敗れようが、こうしてここから仕切り直しができるってわけだ。
You'll come back to life, even if you die. You can redo things as long as we have a pact. No matter who beats you, you can start over from here.
原理はわかりませんが、リセット。いえ、ループしているということね。
I don't understand the theory behind it, but you're saying that we can reset. No. That we are in a loop?
どんな宝具かは見当がつかないけど、とにかく、あなたは夜になれば蘇生。いえ、死んだ場合、生きていた頃のこの場所にスキップしてしまう。
I don't know what noble phantasm that is, but you have the ability to revive at night. No. You skip time back to this moment in which we are still alive in this place.
結果、私たちはまだ生きているから、死から蘇生する。
So, we will arrive back in time.
運命に介入、改ざんするタイプの宝具ですか。確かに、英霊を名乗るにふさわしい力だわ。
It must be a noble phantasm with the power to interfere or modify destiny. Certainly worthy of a heroic spirit.
これなら、本人がどんなに弱くても納得がいく。
I can't believe that, no matter how weak you seem. Which means she didn't believe me before. I guess anyone would be fed up with me after getting slaughtered without anything to show for it.
そういうわけだ。だから安心してやられてくれ。
That's right. Sorry, Lex.
ああ、けど、殺されるのはなるだけ夜がいい。俺は夜でないと戦えないんだ。昼間はあんまり調子が出ないたちでさ。
Yeah, night is a good time for getting killed. I can't fight. I can't fight when it isn't nighttime. I just don't feel like it during the day.
ループの条件は夜中でなければならないということですね。
So you're saying that your time loop can only activate at night?
確かに、それぐらいの弱点がなければ強力すぎる宝具だわ。
The noble phantasm does sound too powerful to not have such a weakness. Actually, she's wrong about a lot of that. Whatever, it still works out the same.
いいでしょう。行動を起こすのは夜中だけとします。
Very well. We will only act at night.
日中はここで眠りますから、あなたも勝手な行動は控えるように。
I sleep here during the day. So, control yourself during that time.
あいよ。けどあんたこそさ、昼間は決して外に出てくれるな。俺日中は本当に弱いんだ。マスターが守ってくれなきゃ簡単に殺されちまうからな。
You got it. You'd better stay inside during the day too. I'm really weak during daytime. I'll get killed unless my master protects me.
わかりました。何か著しく立場が逆な気がしますが、あなたの特性は把握しましたから。
I understand. I feel that our positions should be reversed, but I've begun to grasp your abilities.
戦闘能力こそ皆無ですが、特殊能力は他に類を見ないものです。戦闘は私が行いますから、 あなたはその得意な宝具で聖杯戦争をフォローしてくれればいい。
Of negligible use in combat, but I haven't seen an ability like yours before. I will handle fighting the Holy Grey War, so you just need to back me up with your unique noble phantasm.
そりゃ助かるけど、極端すぎないか、マスター。
It's a lifesaver, but aren't you being a little extreme, Master?
俺だって少しは戦える。サーバントには勝てないと断言できるが、その気になれば足止めくらい。
I can fight a little. I can't promise to defeat a servant, but I can at least buy some time.
あの結果でですか？戦闘面においてあなたには何も期待していません。あなたはそこにいるだけでいい。
After it ended that way, I expect nothing from you. At least in combat, you can just stay there and watch.
楽でいいけど、それじゃあいつまで経っても勝てないぜ。マスターからサーバントを引き離すのも何度もうまくいくとは思えないし。
That's easier for me, but I don't think we'll be able to win that way. It won't be that easy to separate each servant from their master either. In the end, the Holy Grey War is about defeating other servants. Good luck killing a master while the servant's still kicking. But a servant isn't something a human can handle. That's why I'm offering to help, even if I'm not really feeling up to it. And yet...
いえ、マスターとサーバントを引き離す必要などありません。
There's no need to separate them.
サーバントなら私が倒します。
I will defeat the servants. Lizette declares with unshakable confidence. Well, damn. I like to think of myself as unflappable most of the time. But that sent a chill up my spine.
それより質問があります。
More importantly, I have a question for you.
殺されたのが夜なら何度でも蘇ると言いましたが、それは何らかの代償が必要なのですか？
You said that you can revive as many times as needed at night. But what is the price?
例えば、私の魔術回路が失われていくとか、あなたの宝具には使用回数が決まっているとか。
For example, does it consume my magic circuits? Is there a limit on the number of times you can use your noble phantasm?
いや、代償はないよ。あんたから取り立てるものは一切ない。我が属性は虚無。無がある限り何度でも蘇る。
No, it's free. You don't need to give anything up. I'm aligned with the nothingness of a void. I can come back into life so long as I'm nothing.
あんたは安心して納得いくまで続ければいい。
You can just rest easy and just keep trying until you believe me.
確認しました。あなたと契約している限り、私は負けないということですね。
I verified that as long as I'm contracted to with you, I cannot lose. Yep. Well, you can't win either.
となると、残る問題は一つだけですが。いえ、ここまで好条件だというのに、そんな不満を口にするなど、何を考えているのか私は。
It just leaves one question. No, I'm not complaining. And circumstances are already this favorable.
なんだよいきなり。他に聞きたいことでもあんのか？
What's the matter now? Did you want to ask something else?
その、つまらないことを聞くのですが。
This might be a silly question.
死亡した場合、こうして蘇生できるのは素晴らしい。反則と言っていい特典でしょう。
It's amazing that you can resurrect me, even when I die. You can resurrect me when I die. One might even say it breaks the rules.
ですが、その。
But,
蘇生する際の あの痛みは消せないものなのでしょうか。いくら死から逃れるためとはいえ、この先もあの痛みを通過するかと思うと二の足を踏むというか。
Will it always hurt that much every time? I know I get to escape death, but the thought of that agony makes me think twice.
何それ？蘇生するとき怖い思いでもしてんのあんた。
What? Are you afraid of coming back to life?
怖いわけではありません。不快で気味が悪いだけです。
I'm not afraid. I'm just saying that it feels unpleasant.
へえ、あれが地獄と呼ばれる地点なのかわからない。ただおぞましく汚らしかった。
I don't know if hell is the right word for it, but it made me filthy. Feel filthy.
本来死者に意識はない。通常の死者なら不快に思わないのでしょうが、意識のある者にはあれは最低のドブクズです。
The dead aren't supposed to be conscious. A regular dead person wouldn't feel anything about it, but someone conscious would feel utter torment.
ああ、そうなんだ。
You're right.
参ったな。俺は特別感じないけど、気がついたらここにいるって感じで。人間とサーバントの違いかね。けどな。
Well, shit, it doesn't feel like anything special to me. I just woke up feeling this way. It might be because you're human and I'm servant, though. Oh. But I'll at least put up with this much. After all, she's basically a dead woman walking. What? Or she's contracted to him, or what?
なんだ。あんたそりゃわがままってもんですよ。
Ain't you a little demanding right now?
分かっています。言ってみただけです。
I know. It's just how I feel.
蘇生の代償なんですから、あの程度の責めく耐え抜いてみせましょう。
If this torture is the price for resurrection, then I'll just have to pay it.
そうそう。この先何度もお世話になるだろうし、今のうちに受け属性作っとけよ。
Yeah, it won't be the last time, so get used to it.
そう何度も殺されてたまるものですから。次に殺されるのはセイバーのサーバントだ。私がされたようにあの胸を貫いてみせます。
As if I would die that many times. Saber will be the next to die. I'll impale her through the chest like she did me to me. Sorry.
ああ、それでこそ俺のマスターだ。
Yes, that's my master.
んじゃあまあ、そのやる気が燃えてるうちに聖杯戦争を続けるとしようか。
Guess we'd better get back to the Holy Grail War while we're still fired up. I head for the exit. To be honest, I couldn't give a rat's ass about the Holy Grail War, but I don't like the idea of just sitting back and taking it either. Gotta find an enemy to kill as soon as I can. I kill whoever hurts me. I kill whoever didn't stop themselves from hurting me. Anyone, I see die. I kill as many humans that are alive. Otherwise, I can't stay insane. Otherwise, I lose my mind.
どうした？行かないのか、マスター。
What's up? Are we going, Master? I swallow my heart. It threatens to leap out of my mouth and turn back to Bezet, who's just standing there. Did she remember my bloodlust? She's making the same face she did when I attacked those bloody houses.
やはり私は半人前だ。一番大事な質問をどうして思い出さなかったのか。
I still have much to learn. Why didn't I remember the most important question? It's obvious. You didn't remember because you don't want to remember.
答えろ。お前は一体何のサーバントだ？
Answer me. What servant are you? Hostility taints the question. When I grin like a girl, waiting for her lover and say,
アベンジャー。復讐のサーバントだよ。
Avenger, the servant of vengeance. Yes. And maybe you remember from watching or reading Heaven's Feel. Avenger was summoned in the past Holy Grail War. Basically was the weakest servant and lost instantly in the first duel or something. So are we changing that now, or is it just playing out as it did back then? And why are we seeing that now? Is it connected to Rin messing up, recreating the crystal thingy blade? Or why are we seeing this? Let's find out, I guess. With hatred and joy, I declare a class which doesn't exist. It's a high-speed combo. The right straight mercilessly crushes a monster's skull with inhuman savagery, even to make one pity the enemy. 10 of their numbers have already died to vengeance, but more prey rise to meet her. Venomous cursed claws target her during the brief instant after she pulls her right fist back, hoping to wound her before she regains her balance. She evades them with a light shake of her head, simultaneously lashing out at another monster's temple with her right foot. Sharp and heavy. Head, red like a tomato, goes flying. Without visual confirming the kill. They said words to another prey approaching from behind, intercepting it with lethal timing. She's like a bladed comet. She cuts down attacks from every direction like a ruthless four-handed dance macabre.
呆れた。出番ないじゃん、俺。
Damn, I barely get to show off at all. I'm doing alright in my corner, but for every one beast I kill, the Z pulverizes free. I mean, she literally pulverizes them. She's a walking meat grinder despite those thin arms and legs. I really underestimated her. Who thought that humans could take unarmed combat to this level? The fists, knees, and elbows appear to be inscribed with runes of hardening. But their basic fighting moves must be based on refined fighting techniques meant for humans to use. It's nothing like the way I give myself over to my instincts to lash out at my enemies. The Z moves are the result of generations of blood and sweat. I wonder how much time and effort it took to hone them to this level. She's a young girl, I mean a mature woman, so has she even had time to learn anything else? Probably not. The monsters are no match for this human weapon. They're just sheep to be hunted, prey, trying to find safety in numbers. I guess they've just got a rendezvous of fate. You ever wonder where the French put their silent letters? Probably up there. What? But why are we fighting the beast though?
なるほど。これがあなたの言っていた 得体の知れない連中ですか。
A bizarre bunch. Hey. So this is the bizarre bunch you've mentioned. Rosetta exhales loudly and puts away her gloves. I can't believe it. She's taken out nearly 20 of those things. And all she has to say is, phew?
使い魔の類でしょうね。
They must be familiars of some kind.
知性は乏しく、人間を殺すという単一性能しかありませんが、大量に刺激するには適している。
They seem unintelligent and specialized at killing humans, but are suited to be commanded en masse.
私たちの知らないマスターではない8人目の魔術師がいるのは確かなようだ。こんな使い魔を使って無差別に人を襲う魔術師など放置できない。
Clearly, there's an eighth mage at work who is not a master. A mage who attacks people indiscriminately with familiars can't be ignored.
あなたは何か心当たりがありますか？
Do you have any idea who they might be?
俺？
Me?
マスターの言うようなやつは知らない。そのうち出会うんじゃないか？
He's lying. Huh. No one comes to mind. Well, we'll probably run into them sooner or later, though. After all, we've got all the time in the world. It won't end no matter what we do. So we're bound to encounter them at some point.
いいでしょう。それと、あなたを疑ったことを謝ります。町の異常は、この怪物たちの主の仕業で、あなたの仕業ではなかった。
Very well. I apologize for doubting you. The abnormalities in the city must be the work of a monster's master, not you. So, when Shiro encounters the same monsters and at night, does it mean at night the two timelines or different times begin to merge with one another? Because, well, maybe not. Mysterious.
へいさ、冤罪は慣れっこだし、同じ穴の無地ななんだ。
It's fine, I'm used to false accusations, and we're two birds of a feather anyway.
こいつらが先か、俺が先かの違いだよ。
It's just a matter of whether they acted first on me.
こいつらが町の人間たちを殺して回ってるもんで、俺の仕事が全くないだけだ。
These things have been killing people all over the city, leaving me with nothing to do. I'm glad they saved me to the work, but it's never a good feeling to have someone steal your job. It impinges on my raison d'etre? What? I can't bear the thought of being a deadbeat.
そんな仕事はやめなさい。あなたがどこの英霊かは知りませんが、私のサーバントである以上、一般人を巻き込むことは許しません。
Stop that. I don't know what heroic spirit you are, but as long as you are my servant, I will not allow you to involve ordinary people.
だから、今日は誰も殺してないだろ。さっきの屋台の兄ちゃんなんて、よだれ垂らしながら見送ったんだぜ。
Like I said, I didn't kill anyone today. I was drooling over that street store guy earlier, but I still didn't touch him, you know?
おでんも肉も食いたかったな。けど言われたことは何とか守る優秀な俺。ほら、褒めて褒めて。
I'm sure I wanted some of that Odin and meat. But I'm a dog who does what he's told. Come on, tell me I'm a good boy.
それが普通なのです。褒められることではありません。
That's expected of you. I don't need to compliment you for it. Got me a hard-to-please owner. Makes me wanna rebel at any moment.
それより、いい加減はっきりさせることがある。
More importantly, we need to make something clear.
あなたの宝具が何であるかは分かりましたが、まだ神名を聞いていない。
I know what your noble phantasm does, but you still haven't told me your true name.
今更ですが、あなたはどこの英雄なのです？
Where's your legend from? What heroic spirit are you?
そんなものは初めに言ったんだがね。
I told you that right away.
覚えていないあんたの落ち度だと思うんだが。そうか。まだ記憶とやらは曖昧なままなのか。
It's your fault for not remembering. But, oh yeah, your memory is still foggy.
それは、そうですね。こうなっては隠していても仕方がありません。
Yes, I may as well admit it.
アベンジャー。私はあなたと契約した時のことを思い出せない。時間を置けば回復すると踏んでいましたが、状況は私が思っていたより厳しいようだ。いつになるかわからない記憶の回復など待っていられない。
Avenger, I don't remember making a pact with you. I thought my memories would recover given time. But the situation appears to be worse than I thought. I don't know how long it will take for my memories to return.
で、手っ取り早く俺にもう一度説明しろと。
So, you want me to explain again?
そう言われても、俺が知ってることなんてたかが知れてるぜ。
Still, I don't know much.
あんたは俺をサーバントとして召喚して契約した。
You summoned me as a servant and made a pact with me.
気がつけば俺はあの洋館にいて、あんたに首輪つけられてこき使われてたわけだ。
When I came to, I was in the mansion. And you had me collared and doing your bidding.
その時に神名は名乗ったが、まあ別にいいか。誰に聞かれてもどうってことない。
That's when I told you my true name. Well, it's not like it matters if you ask.
どうということはない。それはどういう？
Not like it matters? What do you mean?
俺、自分の名前はないんだ。生前どんな名前だったのかなんて知らねえのさ。
I don't have a name of my own. I don't know what my name was when I was alive.
そんなバカな。サーバントである以上、あなたは英霊だ。名称のない英雄など存在しない。
It's absurd. You're a servant. So you must be a heroic spirit. There's no such thing as a nameless hero.
ああ、だから名称はある。俺には人間としての名前がないだけだ。周りが呼んでいた名称でいいなら教えられるけど、それでいい？
Yeah, so I have a name, but it wasn't my name as a human. I can tell you what people called me if you want.
もちろんです。契約するとき、私はあなたの名前を聞いているはずだ。
Of course I want that. I should have heard your name when we made the contract.
結果、あなたを信頼。いえ、聖杯戦争を勝ち抜くにふさわしい力を持っていると判断した。
That's why I trust. No, that's how I decided that you were suitable to help me win the Holy Grey War.
その、私が認めた名称は何というのです。
So, what name did you give me?
アンリマユ。どこぞの古びた風習の名前だよ。
Anya Manyo. It's a name from an old tradition in some faraway land. No point hiding it. There's nothing to be pretentious about, so I just tell her.
アンリマユ。その名は。
Anya Manyo. That name is... That isn't a hero's name. It isn't worthy of a hero. It isn't even something you should call a person. Her face says it all, and more. I know how my noble master must feel right now. I totally failed to live up to my name. Anya Manyu is the name of one of the greatest devils of ancient Persia. It was the biggest antagonist of Zoroastrianism, and advocate of evil said to be fighting the light, god and guardian of human benevolence for 9,000 years. In short, the god of evil. On top of that, its domain encompasses half of the entire world. Just the fact that I was made Vasily invites trouble. I was named Vasily invites trouble. Honestly, I'd feel a lot less inadequate if I was something more modest, like the god of desk or jars. So Sarensen, whatever, revolves around the conflict between the gods of good and evil. It's one of the world's first religions which inspired the duality between angels and demon. Of course, I've never seen any angels or known any demons. I was just one person in a village of people who got all hot and bothered about those teachings. They treated me as a hero for just a bit of sin and salvation, and apparently enshrined me as a heroic spirit after I died.
勘違いするなよ。別に神様本人ってわけじゃない。
Don't get the wrong idea, I'm not an actual god.
たまたま持ってる属性がそいつに近かったから仮名として付けられただけだろ。
I probably just happened to have a similar attribute to it, so they gave me that name.
英霊としての格は低いし、知っての通りあまり役に立たない三流だ。
I'm a low caliber heroic spirit, and as you know, a useless third-rate servant.
それはとっくに承知しています。今さら弁解してもらうことでもありません。
I'm well aware. I want to ask you to defend yourself now. You really are a tough audience, Master.
しかし、アンリ・マユ。いえ、私の呼び出したサーバントは確か。
Still, Manu. No, I'm sure the servant I meant to summon was. She mumbles about how it feels like someone that was important to her. She was supposed to summon Lancer? So, cool. Okay. That Fraga McRemnitz questions herself.
親愛なる響きね。
Someone dear to you?
何？あんた、他に呼び出したい英霊がいたの？俺なんかじゃなく、もっと強くて立派な英雄に当てがあったとか。
Were you trying to call some other heroic spirit? Not me, but some really strong, magnificent hero?
いえ、そんなことはあまり。
No, not really. I hear a whisper. Well. Oh, that tells me everything I need to know. She's got someone else on her mind. Which I knew. But who knew she'd be this picky about servants? So she compromised to get me. And here I was pretty serious. Well, whatever.
面白いな、その顔。あんたでもそんな顔するんだ。拍子抜けではあるが、まあ予想通りでもある。
That's a funny face. You can look like that too, huh? It's kinda let down, but I expected this.
で、どんな男が好みなんだ、あんた。
So, what kind of guy is your type?
何を言い出しますか。男性の好みなんて話していなかったでしょ。私はただあなたとかの英霊との違いを考えていただけです。
What are you talking about? We aren't discussing my taste in men. I was just thinking that you're different from the hero I had in mind.
だから、それが男の話だっていうの。使い魔なんざ術者の好みが第一なんだから、女のマスターが色男を呼ぶのは当然じゃねえか。
Yeah, and what's he like? For me, I'm supposed to represent the spellcaster's preference. So, I'd expect a female master to summon some hot guy.
あ、何？ それとも女の英霊でも呼ぶ気だったのか？そりゃ深いな。まさか趣味と実益を兼ねた男装だったとは。
Oh. Were you trying to summon a woman? That's deep. Don't tell me you were cross-dressing for both business and pleasure.
私はそのような市場は挟みません。あなたと契約したのはそれが正しいと私が判断したからです。そこに異性の感情など挟まない。
I've no such proclivities. I made a pact with you because I judged it to be correct course of action. It has nothing to do with any feelings for the opposite sex.
ですが、誤解を招く物言いだったことも認めましょう。私は確かにあなた以外の英霊に執着していた。
However, I admit that what I said was misleading. Yes, I was fixated on a heroic spirit other than you.
そう、それ。そこまで白状したなら聞かせろよ。減るもんじゃなし、隠し事は極力潰していこう。
Yeah, that. You might as well tell me the rest. Nothing to lose, so let's keep as few secrets as we can.
で、マスター。あんたもともとどこの英霊を呼び出そうとしてたんだ？
So, Master, which heroic spirit were you trying to summon?
呼び出そうというのは正しくはありません。
I wasn't exactly trying to summon him.
私にはかの英霊を召喚できる保証はなかったし、私自身彼の存在を信じてはいなかったのですから。
There was no guarantee I could summon him. Since I didn't believe he actually existed. The voice grows timid, uncertain. She must be reliving an old memory. She shrinks back, as if admonishing herself.
なるほど。信じていない英雄は呼び出せない。けど、あんたはその英雄に会いたかったわけか。
I see, you can't summon a hero you don't believe in. But you wanted to meet him.
どうでしょう。恥ずかしい話ですが、自分でもわからない。
I'm not sure. It's embarrassing to talk about, but I'm not sure myself.
子供の頃の話です。
This is about my childhood.
私はその周りの言う楽しみというものがうまく飲み込めず、よく両親を困惑させたものです。
I was, a cold child. Towards everything. I couldn't really understand what people around me called fun, and I often troubled my parents.
父は言いました。お前は作業のように一日を過ごすのだな、と。すまなそうな目をして、いつも私に謝っていた。
My father once said I spent my entire day like I was working. He often apologized to me, all while looking guilty.
負い目があったのは両親だけだったのでしょうね。
I think only my parents felt any guilt.
私はそういった父の罪悪感も感じ取れず、今と同じつまらない毎日を過ごしていた。
I never sensed the way my father felt, and the days passed in tandem, like they do now.
思い出の大部分はそういった淡々とした日々です。
Most of my memories are of those bland days.
けれど一つだけ夢中になったものがあった。
But there was one thing I was obsessed with.
本当にどうしてそれだけが特別だったのか今でもわからない。家の書斎でたまたま手にした私の国ならどこにでもある昔話を読んだとき、私はとても悲しかった。
Even now, I'm not sure if it was really that special. I read a storybook I happened to find in my family's library about an old story of my country, and it made me very sad.
昔話ね。それが
An old story. So, that's it? I heard it too, it's hard to believe, but that's who she wanted to meet. A young girl, dreamed, and forgot it as she grew up. Just one of life's many abandoned fantasies, sorry.
ええ。その童話にいる時だけ、私は同じ年頃の子たちと同じになれた。子供心にも眩しく映ったある英雄の物語です。
Yes, just during this short period of my childhood, I was like the other children of my age. A heroic tale captured my heart.
けど、その話の最後は華やかなものではなかった。決して褒めたたえていい物語なんかじゃなかった。
But the tale didn't have a pretty ending. It certainly wasn't a story worth praising.
そう。みんなは勇ましい話だと言うけれど、私には違った話にしか見えなかった。その時に思ったのです。私が彼を救ってあげたいと。
Everyone said it was a tale of valor, but I couldn't see it that way. That's when I began to think that I wanted to save him.
何もできない私だけど、もし許されるのなら、彼を救いたいと願ってもいいのでしょうか。
It's not as if I could actually do anything, but I wish that it could be so. Generally, humans have an urge to save things, and most of them like that idea. Even I harbor similar feelings. No matter what form that desire takes, you can't blame her for at least feeling that way. However, am I really allowed to wish for that? The answer might be clear for the rest of us, but it wasn't for that little girl. Rosette wished for something that anyone could do. She wanted to save a hero from a fairy tale, the only person she ever acknowledged. No, whatever form from me this time. No whatever from me this time. Best that I kill you if I ever see you.
欲がないな。それがあんたの望みってわけ？聖杯も随分安く使われるもんだ。
Awfully selfless of you. So, is that your wish? Seems like a pretty cheap thing to use the Holy Grail on. I snicker. It's pretty funny, actually. Like pitting two fairy tales against each other.
だからそれは子供の頃の話です。今のは英霊を召喚するとしたら誰を選ぶかという話でしょう。
I told you that. Was just why I was a child. I was only saying that's the heroic spirit I would choose to summon now.
もしかの英雄を呼び出せる触媒があったのなら、私には召喚する動機があったという話です。
It would be my motive for summoning him, if I had a catalyst that could call him forth.
でも結局呼び出したのは俺みたいな半端者だったわけだ。マスターも男運ねえな。
But you got a punk like me instead. You've got rotten luck, my master. Akaka. Seriously, she's one unlucky lady.
アベンジャー、今の私の望みは聖杯を確保し、魔術協会に持ち帰ることです。私自身、聖杯にかける願いなどありません。
Avenger, my desire is to secure the Holy Grail and bring it back to the Mages Association. I have no wish to use one on the Holy Grail itself.
知ってるよ。あんた、そこまで器用な人間じゃないからな。
I know, you aren't cunning enough for that. You can't wish for what doesn't exist anyway. Zero times anything is still zero. Zero times anything is still zero.
次はあなたの番よ、アベンジャー。私が答えたのだから教えなさい。あなたの望みは何なのです？
Now it's your turn, Avenger. I answered your question. Tell me what your wish is.
What?
Damn, she turned the tables on me. The truth is, I don't have a wish for the Holy Grail, just like my master. I think it's a little tragic that there's only one thing I'm obsessed with right now.
俺の望み？
My wish?
強いて言うと、絵を完成させたいってところか。
If I had to say, I guess I want to finish a picture. The face says she has no idea what I'm talking about. After this, when we go back to the hideout and she finds the unfinished sliding puzzle I'm working on, she will get pissed off and tell me to answer the question.
待って、
Oh,
今強い魔力を感じなかった。
is it Archer? Because I think servants from Fate's Night are in this Holy Grail war. Besides Kua, it seems. Wait, did you feel that wave of strong magical energy?
悪い。魔力感知なんざ持ってない。けど発信源なら見たぜ。あのビルの屋上で何か光った。
Sorry, I can't detect magical energy, but I saw where it came from. Something just lit up on top of that building. That reacts quickly. She showed us the pack that was resting at her feet. Tells me to keep up and starts running for the center building. I follow her dutifully. Still, I'm a little curious. I wanna know what that tube on her back is. It's gotta have some kind of weapon, but she tossed it on the ground and didn't use it during the fight earlier. You can't blame me for being curious after seeing her pick it back up.
ねえ、それ何？
Hey, what's that? That searches for a back entrance for the building. She looks very tense.
ねえねえ、それ何なんだよ。
Hey, what's that you're carrying? I pester her just as tenaciously. Maybe it worked because she stops and shows me the tube. I examined it for about 1 minute. After waiting for me to get a good look, she says,
どう？わかった？
So, do you know now?
ああ、わかった。多分 T セットが入ってる。
Yeah, got it. There's probably a tea set in there. Oh, she's mad. Lizette's brows furrow, and she reluctantly removes the lid from the cylinder. The balls roll out of it. They're about as big and heavy as shot-put balls. The tubes look like it could fit about 5, but there's only 3 inside. I see, now I understand everything. Lizette Fragamac remnants is something to be feared. She's carrying these things around. By the way,
何これ？
what are these? The mystery only deepens.
あなたには説明しません。少なくとも T セットでないことは確認していただけたかと。
I won't explain it to you. I just wanted you to know that it isn't a tea set. She puts the balls back into the tube and shows us it again. Probably doesn't want to put all her cards on the table with someone she doesn't trust. That's fine.
力持ちだな。何？胸が重い分肩に負担かかって筋肉あるとか？使いもしねえくせに無駄にでかいもんな、あんたの。
You're pretty brawny. But are your shoulder muscles strong because your boobs are so heavy? Man, it's such a waste since you don't flaunt what you got. Damn. I state the objective fact with my well-honed eye for beauty. That skids to a halt and slowly turns around like a rusty machine door.
微笑ましい。あなたの遮奪さは時に殺意を覚えるほど的確で勇敢だ。
How delightful. Your rapier wit can be so bold that it wants me to kill someone. That it makes me want to kill someone. I like the edge in her voice. This is how a master and servant should be. Her tension practically spells out how she's going to murder me if we survive the night. There's nobody on the rooftop. We take it to in the howling wind.
遅かったか。確かに何者かがいた痕跡はありますが、ここから足取りを探るのは不可能だ。
It's too late. There are clear signs that someone was here, but it won't be possible to locate them on foot. Zed walks to the edge and looks down, looking for clues. As for me, I rub out the bloodstains on the ground with my feet. This is the highest vantage point in Shinto. The moon seems close here, so much so that it feels like you could reach it with a ladder or a set of stairs. The city is mostly empty by now, but it's still lit up. I gaze out at the dazzling indicator of prosperity. This won't be boring, no. It's nothing special, but I have nothing bad to say about it, this vista.
アベンジャー。
Her voice cuts through the night. Zed walks up next to me.
なんだよ。何かいいものでも見つけたのか？
What? And anything useful?
先ほどの怪物を何体か確認しました。この場所からなら、信徒にいる使い魔は肉眼で発見できそうです。
I just identified several more monsters. I think I can spot any familiar in Shinto with a naked eye from here. She gives me a meaningful glance. Apparently she was watching the monsters roaming the city, not taking in the sights.
それが何？ここで一晩中観察して使い魔の主人を探してみるとか？
So what? Are you going to stake them out from up here and try to find the master?
現実的ではありませんね。あれは使い捨てのようだ。主人の元には戻りませんから、ここで監視したところで本拠地は割り出せない。
Realistically, no. Familiars are expendable. They won't return to their owner. We won't be able to find their home base from here.
だろうな。無駄なことはしないに限る。マスターが懸命で助かった。けど、その物言いだと、あんたさ。
Yeah, let's not waste time. I'm glad to have such a wise master. If you're saying that.
アベンジャー。私はあの怪物たちを一掃したい。
Avenger, I want to purge the city of those monsters.
そのために、あなたの力を貸しなさい。
I need your help to do that. There it is. Good God. This is a problem with overachievers. Makes me want to tear her limb from limb.
一般人を巻き込むな。なんて命令に比べれば俺向きだけどな。いいのかよ、マスター。あんた、聖杯戦争に勝つことが目的なんだろ？
It's an easier order to follow than telling me not to involve bystanders. Are you sure, Master? I thought your goal was to win the war.
連中の主人が邪魔だってんならわかる。けど、奴らが人間を殺して回ってるから一掃する。なんてのは矛盾している。悪い子でいようと決めたのにいい子でもいたいなんて。そりゃ都合が良すぎるだろ。
I get that their master is an obstacle, but it doesn't make sense to get rid of them just because they're killing people. First you talk like you're some bad bitch, and now you want to be a goody two-shoe. Pretty self-serving. This time I don't bother hiding my bloodlust, making it clear that this could turn into a bloodbath. I move my hand behind me and summon my favorite dagger. My prediction. That we end up trying to kill each other at least once. Looks about to come true. Someone, call me a prophet. I won't be the one to start it, but I answer if she comes at me. That's my style. Very regrettable, but it had to happen. Huh?
あなたの言う通りだ。
You're right.
確かに人助けが目的ではありません。
My goal isn't to save people. She shows a moment's hesitation, then wisely swallows it.
ですが間違っていることは正したい。
But I want to right this wrong.
知った以上私には見て見ぬふりはできません。
Can't ignore this now that I've seen it. She sounds like she's trying to convince herself.
それはどんな理由で？
What for?
連中が人を殺すのがいけないってこと？
You don't wanna let them kill people?
それを見逃す自分がいけないってこと？
You don't wanna be someone who lets that happen?
それとも
Or
聖杯戦争より人助けの方が大切だってこと？
you care more about helping people than winning the Holy Grail War? All of the above, probably. That's why Bezet, bound by all these contradictory desires. If she believed that she was right, she wouldn't be struggling this much. She's desperately trying to repress the side of her that's a mage.
正しいと思える行動に理由はありません。
I have no reason to believe I'm correct.
いえ、理由があってはいけないと思う。それを正しいと感じたのなら。
But I think there has to be a reason. I feel like it's the right thing to do, so... She probably wants to say that there isn't a contradiction between the benefit and her motives.
うわ、独善だね。やばいぜ、その考え。
Wow, talk about self-righteous. That's crazy talk.
ええ、あなたに言われなくとも承知している。
Yes, I'm well aware. She's clapping back. That's probably the idea of righteousness she wants to believe in. On the other hand, as she is right now, Bezet Fragger McRemnitz is a slave to the association's motives. Motives? Whatever. I wonder how long she can keep playing both sides.
まあ、ご立派な思想はいいけどさ。何もそこまで正義に付き合ってやることはないだろう。
Very noble and all, but do you really have to take the moral high ground here?
ありゃ元から形のないものだ。どんなに求愛しても向こうから帰ってくるものはないよ。それよりさ、もっといい目を見せてくれる勢力と付き合った方が良くないか？
It doesn't have her shape. No matter how much you woo it, it won't put out. Why don't you just throw in with affection? It'll treat you better.
ですから、私も魔術協会に所属している。
As I said, I belong to the Mages Association.
私だって見返りは欲しい。
I want to be compensated.
それとは別に、できる限り正しくありたいと思うだけです。
But separately from that, I also want to make the right choice when I can. Wonder why she feels that way. It implies that there are times when she thinks she is in the wrong. She's trying to clean the dirty parts of herself by making better choices. Man.
生真面目なあんたらしい。
You sure sound like a straight shooter.
要するに、徳の高い人間になりたいんだ。
Aiming to be a paragon of virtue. What an awkward, pathetic life she must live.
そうなのかもしれませんね。
Yes, perhaps.
けれど、私には叶わない願いだ。 私は壊すことでしか感謝されない人間です。人徳とは他人に親しまれる、他人に与えることができる人間が持ち得るもの。
But that's a wish that won't come true. All I do is destroy, and no one will thank me for it. Virtue is reserved for those who can befriend and be befriended by others.
決して私に与えられるものではありません。
It's something I never have. Virtue is about contributing to society and helping other people. She says that she can only destroy. She's convinced that someone who can't mend to or create can never truly earn the trust of others.
それは誤認だと思うけどね。
I think you're wrong about that.
いいえ、私には資材を投げ打って貧窮の民を救うことも、新しい組織を作ることもできない。あくまで歯車の一つで、いつまでもちっぽけな一個人から抜け出せない。
No, I can't relinquish my wealth to help the poor. Nor can I create a new organization. I can't escape the fact that I'm just a puny, single gear in a machine.
そんな人間に高い徳なんて得られるはずがないでしょう。
There's no way someone like me can ever gain virtue.
まさか。
No way. Hell, I'm actually getting mad now. I'm talking this way too seriously. Taking this way too seriously.
それだけは完璧に間違いだ。金で徳は買えねえよ。
It's a load of horseshit. Money can't buy virtue.
徳ってのは魂の質だ。それは得るものじゃない。苦しみながら自分の中で培うものだ。
Virtue is a quality of a soul. It isn't something you acquire. You cultivate it while you suffer. That's true of every human, no matter how insignificant, powerless, or worthless one is. It's a function everyone possesses, equally at birth. A radiance that grows according to one's will to move forward. It doesn't distinguish between good or evil. It's like the greatest understanding you can only gain on your own, available to only those who aim for every greater heights as living creatures.
徳は自らの価値は外的評価によるものではないというのですか。
Are you saying that virtue is a personal value, not something others assign to you?
あ？いや、価値って話なら外的評価が全てだよ。
Huh? No. If we're talking value, then that all comes from the outside.
そのための徳、そのための自己錬磨だ。せいぜい高値ふっかけて自分を自分以上に買ってくれるやつとくっつくためのパラメーターだよ。
That's why we try to cultivate our own virtue. Virtue is a parameter we try to raise as high as possible to hang around people who act like they're better than they really are. Elevating your inner world influences your presence in the outer world. Only show-offs are obsessed with being seen as good people. What a wretched, shameful way to live. How self-serving it must be to try to be a good person so that other people won't hate you. But
それでいいじゃねえか。誰かに認められたいって気持ちはな、怒っていいことなんだよ。
and what's wrong with that? The desire to be acknowledged is actually worth something.
その気持ちがあるやつは同じようにきっと誰かを認めてやれる。
Someone who feels that way can recognize the value of someone else.
あんたの方針が結局は自分のためだって言うんなら間違ってなんかいねえってこと。
I don't think it's wrong for your values to also benefit you. That's where the beauty of love is. The desire to enjoy life together. She hasn't reached that understanding yet, and it's doubtful she ever will. She just doesn't have the knack for it. But she dabbles in everything, making her a jack of all trades. She's reactionary and shameless, trying to better herself by single-mindedly taking the long way around. She got herself an inkling that she's in the wrong, but curses herself as nothing special, stuck in a purgatory and crawling her way to something brighter. So this is the kind of person I'm helping.
あなたらしからぬ考説でしたが、結論として今後の方針に文句はないという解釈でいいのですか?
Can I interpret your uncharacteristic sermon to mean that you don't have a problem with my direction?
ああ、いいんじゃない?正義の味方ってのも。
Yeah, why not champion justice and all that?
気持ちよさそうだし、たまには理不尽な死から人々を守るのも悪くない。
I bet it's satisfying swooping in to save people from senseless death. That justice stuff is gross and sounds like something out of a comic book or whatever. But it can sound kinda neat, I guess.
意外ですね。正義なんて言葉、あなたが最も嫌うものだと感じていましたが。
I'm surprised. I thought that you would despise the concept more than anything.
嫌いだよ。けど、そういう方向性は好きなんだ。
I do, but I like where it leads.
は?
First off, it doesn't change what we have to do. We're going to patrol the city at night, kill the other masters, and kill the monsters. The only difference is that they now have the same priority, and I'm still more than capable of either. Oyuki is still full of life. The cup won't run dry until my master is sated. But she will never see victory. We also want no death, and will overcome failure.
そう。あんたの気が済むまでやろうぜ、マスター。
Yeah, let's do this until you're satisfied, master.
何事も経験だ。飽きるまで楽しめばいい。
Everything's a learning experience. Just enjoy this until you get bored of it. The wind whistles a higher note. Of course from up here. So close to the heavens. City lights may well have been a pipe dream. The Holy Grey War will continue as long as it takes. A murderous pleasure will, too. Most likely we'll lose to another master tomorrow and revive again. I stick with her a while longer, until that changes her mind. The sky here is distant, deep and hollow. Ultimately, there are only illusions to be gained.
あんたの気が済むまでやろうぜ、マスター。
Let's do this until you're satisfied, master.
何事も経験だ。飽きるまで楽しめばいい。
Everything's a learning experience. Just enjoy this until you get bored of it. My servant, makes eye contact with me. Oh. We switched perspective again. I wonder what changed in his mind. With that last casual remark, he goes quietly and looks out at the night landscape. The servant, Avenger. I've heard that on occasion classes other than the original 7 appear during the Holy Grey War. Avenger must be one of them. A heroic spirit of vengeance sounds contradictory. But more than that, his name, Anramanyu, is an enigma. There are many cases of heroes later being assigned names that they weren't born with. The childhood hero I describe is one of them. But still, Anya Manu is just too sinister. One day I need to get him to tell me his birth name, not his wicked title. Dark shadows roam here, and they are in the city below. Even with Kenna's, the rune of Farsight, I can only see as far as the urban Shinto area's borders. The Mino River divides Fuyuki in two. It can't find out what's happening. I can't find out what's happening across the bridge in Miyama unless I get there myself. The black monsters must be lurking out there too. I wonder what magecraft was used to create such familiars. I've never seen that type at the association. Typically, they do seem to be controlled. They lack intellect, but the way they appear and reappear feels deliberate. Individually, their combat strength is relatively high. They resemble a hybrid of large canines and feral, oversized primates. A human without any combat experience would die instantly against one. Someone with at least a decent training in martial arts or sports might be able to resist for a few seconds, or even escape, given favorable conditions. But they're also numbers, and their physical appearance invokes a primal revulsion. With wicked claws and height as tough as tree bark, it multiplies of them attacked a person. It would be impossible to survive without firearms. And yet... God damn. That scared me. Those holes are sickening. They're unbearable and granting. Nothing like the roar of a majestic beast. If insect pests had vocal cords, I bet they would sound like that. Avenger doesn't seem to like the sound. In our earlier battle, I saw him exchange blows with a monster in a business-like manner. Of course, there isn't much to say about his skill. His claim to be the weakest servant is correct. It's correct, but should a heroic spirit really struggle against that level of fodder? I hope he isn't scamming me.
詐欺じゃないだろう。初めっから最弱だって断ってんだから。
Not a scam, I told you right off the bat, I'm the weakest.
待って、あなた、私の考えが読めるの？
Wait, you can read my mind?
読めねえよ。そんな風な面してたから言っただけだ。ま、読めたらさぞ面白いだろうよ。あんたは中身と外見がちぐはぐだからな。
Nope, I was just responding to that ugly look on you gave me. It'd be pretty funny if you could if I could read minds, so I bet you're a mess both inside and out. My servant laughs shamelessly. He's so boorish and not suited to me at all. Plus he's weak. And all talk. I have to do the heavy lifting in our rematch for Saber. Still, it isn't all bad. The servant is singularly talented and not dying. He'll revive on death, so he can't be permanently killed. But his mental fortitude makes him good in a defensive fight. In the brawl earlier, for example, I was eliminating the enemies enveloping me at a rate of 1 per second. He on the other hand held out against the enemies around him until I could come over to back him up. His fighting style is about neither winning nor losing. I hate to admit it, but our tactics are exceedingly compatible. The wind picks up again. I see my servant's hair rafting in the corner of my eye. The primitive shaman accepts the wind, wafting up from a wasteland. I see a vision of him taking in nature for what it is, simply choosing to live and die with it.
Avenger? 今の
Avenger, just now.
そろそろ行こうぜ。連中がたむろしている場所は把握しただろ。あんなんでも生き物だからな。ばらせば気晴らしにはなってくれる。
Let's get going. Nowhere where go up, right? You feel better once you find and take them out. I must have imagined it. Avenger was looking for a gathering of the monsters.
おう、そうか。難しく考えることはなかったんだ。
Yeah, no point overthinking it.
あんたも人が悪いぜ、マスター。結局さ、目につく敵は全て殺せってことじゃねえか。
You're a sly one, master. In the end, you're still asking me to kill all the enemies I see. Twirling his wicked knives, Avenger's lips curl into a genuine smile of delight. He just needs to kill. It doesn't matter if they're human or animals. We're all beasts in the end. I glare at my servant.
ああ、間違い。人間は殺しません。やるのはマスターと怪物たちだけにするから、そう怖い顔しないでください。ああ、もうつまんねえの。うちのマスターは器量小せんだからさ。でかいのは胸だけかよ。
Sorry. I won't kill any people. I only go after the masters of our monsters. So stop giving me that look. What a trick. My master is so small-minded, unlike her chest. He disappears into the building, making his crude jokes all the while.
最低ですね。あれは何を言ってもあのままだ。
He's awful. He's always like that, no matter what he says. I sign and leave the rooftop. Above me, the moon is ominous. Below me, the city resembles the ocean abyss. I feel loathing and suspicion of the servants fighting with me. The variables just keep piling up in this Holy Grail war. Regardless, that servant feels slightly friendlier than yesterday. When I saw his indifferent expression, I couldn't help but think. But he was incorrigibly evil. And yet, contradictorily. I also felt that he loved the world and the people in it. Next. Dialogue Mobius Link? AM Day 1. Oh, new encounters. So, with that in mind, considering we have finished a loop and gotten more insight into, well, Gazette and Avenger and their Holy Grail War, and considering it's all in 5 minutes, it has been 2 hours, I'm going to end the episode here. So, things finally seem to be moving forward for Shiro. If we continue in the next loop. So, I guess stay tuned for that. It's been me, Shokimo. I hope you had fun listening, reading along, or whatever you did in the past 2 hours. And I hope to see you in the next episode. So, until then, see you in the next one. Bye bye!